Thinking Media in association with Boxro. Ade, we spoke last night, and you and Gareth Davies had a bit of a debate. Gareth suggested that AJ was fine doing the gala dinner last night, so I'm going to pick up from that. He was deadly against it. Has that made a difference tonight, do you think?
No, not at all. Alexander Usyk's is too good, right? This is the pound for pound number one, and I think we saw why, especially in that round 9. That was a fantastic round for AJ. That's what we wanted, right? Aggressive AJ. He has success, and I'm right ringside, and Eddie Hearn comes round, and he's screaming at the corner as well, saying AJ should put it on him. The way Alexander Usyk adjusts and comes out for round 10 and wins that, and that really hurts AJ. And then 11 and 12, sometimes you just got to hold your hand up and say a fight is just maybe on another level. I think Alexander Usyk, look, it was a split decision, it really wasn't. Alexander Usyk won it by 2 rounds for me, but Alexander Usyk maybe is just a level above AJ right now.
Do you reckon he's kind of cemented his legacy in a way where he's one of the all-time greats, considering what he did at cruiserweight, and he's now just needs one more belt to be unified at heavyweight?
Yeah, look, undisputed at cruiserweight, especially when you chuck in what he did as an amateur as well, Olympic gold medalist, European gold medalist, and now unified at heavyweight. Look, I spoke to him in the dressing room a few minutes ago, and I said, look, what do you want next? Or is it retirement? I think people never put that question to him. He's 35, he's won everything. He only wants Tyson Fury next. That's all he wants. He wants to go down as one of the all-time greats. He wants to be undisputed at cruiserweight, undisputed at heavyweight, but undisputed at heavyweight having beaten Tyson Fury. He looked down the barrel and said, Tyson Fury, get out of retirement. And I do wonder if Tyson Fury will fancy it. I think he will. Look, Tyson Fury, I'm not one of those people that have microwave memories. Tyson Fury is an incredibly good heavyweight, and I'd make him favourite against Usyk, but that would be one hell of a fight. One hell of a fight.
Well, it's interesting you're saying that. Tyson has just done an Instagram post saying that they're both shit. He beats both of them on the same night, and he wants Usyk and he wants somebody to get the checkbook out.
There you go. Get the checkbook out for it, because that fight there in the UK, look, I know we're in Saudi Arabia and they can take fights to America. That fight there, it's almost like, I feel like all the Brits that were even for AJ would all be for Tyson Fury for this one. It's almost like the Rocky moment. Like, can we get a Brit to beat him, please? And Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk, battle of the pure boxers, would be incredible. But Tyson Fury has 3.5 stone on him. So I'd always favour Tyson Fury. Like, I've gone against Tyson Fury so many times. The Vladimir Klitschko fight, 2 wilder fights. I'm never ever backing against him now. I think he's just a level above, but it would be an incredible fight. Really incredible.
And just quickly going back, you said you saw Eddie Hearn urge in the corner. What was he saying to Robert Garcia? And because to be fair, in the crowd, a lot of the fans that I was watching it with the media, they all felt like AJ just was throwing one heavy shot, but he'd never backed it up.
Yeah, I think he was asking him just to be a lot more aggressive. Just be more aggressive, do a lot more. And it's difficult though. You let your hands go against Alexander Usyk. You're giving him openings. And every time we saw AJ let his hands go, unfortunately, Alexander Usyk was just landing clean shots. It's difficult to critique the performance. He's tried. I think he was a lot better than he was in September last year. He's obviously added a new trainer, Robert Garcia, that made him a bit more aggressive. But again, look, we're going around in circles here. Alexander Usyk is just a level above. I don't know what he could have done more. He had that round 9. He had a couple of rounds in there as well. Usyk's just a Jedi master. I mean, everything he did, Usyk had an answer for. Just a level above.
And just finishing off, is it worth mentioning the fact that AJ has gone in against one of the all-time greats? Because let's be real, that's what Usyk's going to be. And he nearly took him out, and he genuinely won 3-4 rounds in there, and he just came up just short. So that puts AJ as one of the top fighters of this era.
Yeah, of course. Look, AJ is one of the top heavyweights of this era, 100%. I mean, there's only a couple of heavyweights that beat AJ. I mean, people will argue and say Deontay Wilder, possibly. Tyson Fury, yes. Alexander Usyk, yes. That's it. Honestly, that's it. I mean, that was one of the best AJs we've seen tonight. I know how hard he's trained. Again, he had a game plan. It nearly worked. But he's coming up somewhere against someone that's really, really good. So, no shame, no shame. I think AJ should take a break mentally. I think we saw what happened at the end. Let's not skip over that. I think it's been a tough run for AJ, mentally. Not really emotionally or physically, just mentally. Big fights after big fights, stadium fights. Alexander Usyk back-to-back, Kubrat Pulev, O2 Arena, back-to-backs against Andy Ruiz. Maybe take a break mentally. Maybe even take a step down. It's okay. Maybe Hrgovic. Hrgovic didn't look great against ZHANG today. Maybe Hrgovic versus AJ. It's going to be weird to see him in a non-championship fight, because for the last 6 years he's been in championship fights back-to-back. But again, you can't overlook what happened at the end of the fight. I think mentally he just needs a break.
Saying Hergovic, just last question. A lot of people feel Zhang was, I don't want to use the word robbed, but he was denied a victory there tonight.
100%. 100%. I had Zhang there by 2 or 3 rounds. And I went around immediately after because I was so upset about the result. I thought, okay, is it just me? I went and spoke to TalkSport, I spoke to the BBC guys. Everyone had Zhang winning that fight. Everyone. He put him down. So there's a 10-8 round in there as well. Look, Zhang, I think, gave away the last couple of rounds, but I think he had enough rounds in the bank. And if I'm Zhang, I'm livid about that. But now I think we've seen the level of Zhang. Zhang can go in there against any of the top guys. Derek Chisora wants that fight. You could make that fight happen. AJ's got a relationship with Zhang, so it's an easy fight to make. So, yeah, disappointing for Zhang. Hergovic maybe got found out a little bit. Everyone's been talking about Hergovic as the next best thing. Maybe we need to pause that button a little bit. But overall, look, it was a good fight card. Callum Smith looked really good as well. Let's not forget that performance. I mean, that finish, geez. And it should be Peterbiev next as well. Loads of good stuff. And let's not forget, last thing, Ramla Ali. I mean, to get that stoppage as well, to be the first female to fight in Saudi Arabia and against a puncher. And Ramla's not a puncher, but she shows that she can punch now. Good performance from Ramla.
To be fair, all around good event, lively in there, and I think a great fight at the end as well.
Yeah, great fight at the end. I mean, that's what we want, right? We want good fights. Obviously, they're trying to do their thing here in Saudi. Loads more big fights to come. Obviously, we've got Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr., which is a mad one. Canelo GGG. I'm just saying DAZN here. Canelo GGG. We've even got KSI if you fancy a bit of that. But look, loads of big fights to come. Loads of great boxing events. And I think we're in a very blessed place now where I think because of all the broadcasters competing with each other, we're getting great fights. Look at Joe Joyce versus Joseph Parker. That's ridiculous. We're hearing there could be Dillian White versus Dubois. That's because there's competition, so it's good for us fans.
Definitely, man. I would love to come back here because them 3-course meals we got today, you don't get them anywhere else in the world.
No, not just 3-course meals. 3-course meals any time of the day. I'm about to go back to the hotel now. It's nearly 2 in the morning, and I'm going to order fish and chips because you can do that here. But no, it's been great. I look forward to get back to London, and I look forward to seeing what you do as well in your growth. Well done.
I'll see you at KSI next week.
See you at KSI next week, boy. A bit different from this one.
Thanks, man.